So Denise is remarried to Ronald. I hope she's miserable.
Well, if she is, it won't be for long. Remember, Denise is trying to drive Ronald to the nut house.
Well, at least she's too busy to bother Eric and Jenny. I think it's sweet they're having an old-fashioned courtship.
Yeah, right. I give Eric a week of cold showers before it's sayonara.
I really admire Charlotte for inviting Sonny to live in the mansion, even though she can't stand him.
For once, she's even got a pure motive to keep her grandson David out of trouble.
And her reward is having the man she loves die running off of their company payroll. What kind of world is it?
You have to ask. It's good and evil. Start?
Where we left off. Charlotte just found out her gigolo lover Harlan is dead.
Harlan? My Harlan dead? How?
The Duesenberg must have swerved off the bridge for some reason.
Was his zipper up or down?
You stop that. You stop that, do you hear? You say one more word against that man, and I will not be responsible for my actions. Do you hear me?
All right, I'm sorry, Mother. I know how much Harlan meant to you, and now that he's gone, I'll show respect to you by respecting his memory.
Mom, count on all of us for support.
Absolutely. I'll chip in by seizing control of the company.
Don't push it, Denise.
Miss Sandler, if it makes it any easier, he probably didn't suffer.
Oh, actually, drowning is one of the worst of all deaths. The chap probably spent a fair amount of time aware of his predicament, futilely trying to open the door, desperately attempting to kick out a window. Of course, with any luck, he was decapitated on impact.
Ronald, you moron. You call that lucky?
Sorry, you're right. Now, often the head can live on for several minutes.
So, with Harlan dead and your mother having kicked herself upstairs, that makes you el queso grande.
Yes. And just to make sure my mother doesn't stick her store-bought nose into any more of my business, I'm sending her off on a world cruise.
Good Lord, this tub's a floating rest home.
I know. Imagine 500 widows slugging it out over 3 exhausted cabana boys.
Somebody tell me how I look. I can't bear to see myself in the mirror.
Perfectly understandable, Mother.
Now, Miss Sandler, let's see you turn that big old frown upside down.
Dear, ordinarily I thrive on your shameless ass-kissing, but can it?
Well, leave it to the Queen to be swift but just.
Roger, would you mind? I think this room has one monarch too many. Mother, I hate to see you this upset. You know, they say the trick to overcoming grief is to distract yourself until the pain passes.
I know, Denise, but how?
Well, I've taken the liberty to book you on a short cruise. You'll be gone about a year.
A year?
But that's not enough. Take 2.
You're absolutely right.
Good. There's a cab waiting.
No. You're wrong about the vacation, but you're right about staying busy. I'm coming out of retirement. I'm going to thrust myself into the company. I'm going to be more involved than I ever was. Oh, thank you, Denise. What marvelous advice. breathe it, Sonny. Welcome. Make yourselves at home. Help yourself to anything in the kitchen. Use the tennis court. And feel free to bathe as often as you like.
You too.
My goodness. Why would anyone want so many CD players?
Oh, they're, an investment. Figured I could get more than I paid for them.
I'll give you $20 for one.
See?
Caroline, David, give us a moment alone, will you? Sonny, I have very few house rules, but one of them is no fencing stolen goods.
Does that include cars?
I'm afraid so. Oh, you'll be staying in Denise's old bedroom. Do you think you can find that?
Well, I used to be able to find it blindfolded with both hands tied behind my back. Saved time once I got there.
I hope you're not a light sleeper, Caroline. I'm planning on having a parade of babes to my room.
Oh, you'll be disappointed with that. Sex is only satisfying if you're truly in love.
How would you know? Have you ever done it?
Not yet, but maybe soon. Oh, I'm very much in love, David.
With who?
Sorry, I can't tell you who he is.
Oh, come on. We've always told each other everything. Though it's been a little one-sided the last 2 years. So who is it?
Well, I can't tell you exactly, but... Oh, but he's gentle and smart. He's a psychiatrist, and he's blind.
You're in love with George?
God, I can't believe you got it on the first guess.
Mom, are you okay? Oh, yes. I'm fine. It's just that every time I look at one of these sympathy cards for Harlan, I'm overwhelmed.
Deep sympathy in your time of bereavement. For all your beverage needs, Tony's Highway 6 liquor stop.
Oh, God!
Mom, I'm really sorry for the things I said about Harlan. They were very unkind, and I regret them.
You mean calling him a gigolo?
Well...
You're a gold digger. And a self-serving, slimy whore.
Well, anything sounds awful if you take it out of context.
It's all right, dear. I am not ashamed to admit that sex was a facet of our relationship.
And you shouldn't be. After all, intimacy is perfectly normal between committed adults.
Oh, we went far beyond normal. Once in the company jet.
Mom!
All right, dear. We won't talk about the sex. But I want you to know that Harlan and I had something more. Even with his reputation, I truly believe he loved me. And for a brief moment, he was my oasis from all my problems.
Oh, Mom, come on. It's not all that bad.
Must you constantly thwart my attempts at self-pity with your simpering sweetness? God, it makes my teeth ache. Oh, look what I've done. I've hurt you, haven't I? I'm sorry. Come here, honey. The truth is, of all the things I've done in my life, you're the one thing I've done right. How did you ever turn out to be so good?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I learned it from my mom.
Oh.
Denise, can I take your coat? Perhaps we could give it a proper burial.
Oh, for Pete's sake, you won't experiment on animals. You won't wear them. What would you have them do? Just run around the forest willy-nilly?
It's morally reprehensible to kill 100 animals so you can have one lousy coat.
How do you know it wasn't a mass suicide?
Hey, Mom.
David, I found your note about moving in with your grandmother. I don't like it. She's just going to spoil you rotten when what you need is parental supervision.
Oh, don't worry. I got the parental thing covered.
Hey, Niecy,
What the hell are you doing?
working on my tranny. Why go to the office when I can work at home?
Wait a minute. You're living here, too?
Yep. Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
Excuse us. for the record, I hate you, and I want you out of this house.
Well, just for the record, it ain't your house, and Charlotte says I can live here.
Oh, that's so like you, Sonny. You never could turn down a woman who offered you a bed.
Oh, you never could turn down a bed without offering it to a man.
I'm not going to stand here and trade insults with you. I'm the vice president of a major corporation. I've had dinner at the White House. I am a lady, and you... How dare you?
Come on, Niecy. You liked it and you know it.
I did not like it. I was trying to push you away.
With your tongue?
Well, it's my strongest muscle. Or so I've been told. Anyway, the point is, if you ever take such liberties with me again, I'll scream.
Now, you'll scream, you'll moan, you'll see fireworks going off like you used to.
You disgust me.
You're gonna be disgusted a lot then, because I'm gonna be around here for a long time.
We'll see about that.
Hey, Niecy.
What?
Well, this bolt seized up and I don't have an air wrench to break it loose.
So?
So could you bring your tongue over here?
You fellas, hey, make a hole. Mourners coming through.
Wonderful job on the arrangements, Roger. Just splendid.
I'm so sorry, Miss Sandler, but this all came up at the last minute.
Funerals usually do.
For some silly reason, the authorities frown upon dumping corpses into Puget Sound. This old rummy's the only one who'd do it.
What? Whoa!
Why couldn't Uncle Harlan just be buried in a cemetery?
This was his last request. He was in the Navy.
Bit of an irony, burying a drowning victim at sea. Wouldn't it have been more sensible just to leave him there?
Let's get on with it.
Okay, folks, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you for choosing the Bonnie Marie for your interment needs. I would also like to remind you not to walk behind the fishermen when they are casting. Does anyone want to say anything about, what's his name here, Mullen?
Harlan!
Ma'am, I'd just like to say I'm real sorry about your loss. Would you mind getting off my bait?
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
Hey, where you going, my squid?
If you're feeling a bit queasy, it sometimes helps to keep your eyes on the horizon.
You're right. It makes all the difference.
You know, it's not surprising everybody's sick. There's something about the combination of the boat rolling up and down, stench of the diesel exhaust, slimy bits of fish entrails underfoot.
Fashion note, Eric. Your pants clash with George's breakfast.
So, is somebody going to say a few words, or do we just pitch him to the sharks?
I'll say a few words.
Oh, God, Ronald.
It is not possible to measure the loss of one such as this. Although it was our privilege to share his path, but for a brief while, we remember fondly how he took on his broad shoulders the burdens of others, never complaining. And we shall miss him. Farewell, sturdy friend.
Well, Ronald, that was beautiful, and you barely knew the man.
Well, I didn't have to. That's the same speech I gave when I buried my pack mule.
Do it. Do it now.
Okay. With the authority vested in me by Billy's bait and tackle, we now commit unto the deep the mortal remains of Harlan Shell.
Oh, God.
Mom, I'm sorry this turned out to be such a fiasco.
No, it's all right, dear. At least Harlan is at peace.
Hey, I think I got one. Oh, it's like a 200-pounder.
This was, without a doubt, the worst day of my life.
Oh, Mom, it wasn't so bad. The kids went on a boat ride. The family got to be together. And Harlan's last wish was fulfilled.
The kids tossed their cookies. The family confirmed that we all hate each other, and Harlan was reeled in by his hiney.
Yes, but...
Jenny, if you find a silver lining in this, I'm going to rip your lips off. It was an unmitigated disaster.
The seagulls seemed to enjoy it.
Oh, yes, wasn't that dreadful the way they kept pecking at poor Harlan?
Yes. Peck, peck, peck.
Oh, nature's way of recycling love. I'm sure Harlan would have wanted it that way.
I hardly think that Harlan would have wanted a boatload of drunken sailors throwing deck chairs at him to make him sink.
I'll get it.
By the way, I'm pleased to report that I haven't had any more of those hallucinations.
What hallucinations?
The ones we talked about.
What do you mean? I don't remember talking with you about hallucinations.
Well, of course we did.
No, we didn't.
So let me get this straight. My conversation with you about my hallucinations was itself an hallucination?
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Graham, this man wants to speak to you. His name is...
Lieutenant Douglas Babcock, Seattle PD. Sorry to disturb you folks.
Not at all. Can we offer you something to drink?
A virgin pina colada and a frosted champagne flute with a maraschino cherry and one of those little cocktail spoons. If that's not too much trouble. Now then, according to our records, you claimed the body of a Harlan Shell.
Yes.
I need it back.
What is this about, Lieutenant? Why is it important that you see his body?
Harlan Shell's death is now a murder investigation.
Murder?
I'm afraid so. We need to examine the corpse for additional evidence. Can you tell me where I can find his remains?
Well, you know that white stuff the seagulls leave all over the pier?
Murdered. He said Harlan was murdered. He used that word.
Yes, Eric. Would you like us to bring in a mime troupe to act it out for you?
Mimes. God, if there's one thing I don't miss.
Who would do such a thing? I mean, who would want to kill Uncle Harlan?
Yes, who indeed?
And what is that supposed to mean?
Oh, I don't know, Denise. Maybe we could bring in a mime troupe to act it out for you.
No, you twit, the blind chap doesn't like mimes.
Oh, listen to us, at each other's throats for no reason. Although it's true, you never did like Harlan.
Oh, Mother, I'm hardly going to kill someone just because I don't like them. If I did, 3/4 of the people in this room would be dead now.
You didn't just dislike him. You hated him because he stole the job you wanted.
Oh, like your skirts are clean on this, Jen. You despised Harlan because he was buffing Mom for her money.
Oh, I resent that.
As much as you resented Harlan for stealing money from the company?
He did not steal
Denise,
money.
you have such a terrible... No, you can't hear everyone. No, you don't. Will you get
Stop this! As a mental health professional, I cannot sit by idly and watch you people wallow in paranoia and self-induced hysteria. Now, let's forget about the appalling events of this day and comport ourselves as civilized human beings.
Should someone go get him?
No, he'll be right back.
I'm telling you, Ronald has one foot in the loony bin already. All he needs is one more little push.
Are you sure? Anyone else would have cracked by now.
Don't worry. By tomorrow night at this time, I'll be a free woman.
Okay, I'll go get ready.
Hello, Denise.
Oh, Ronald, how are you?
Never felt better. In fact, I even canceled my doctor's appointment.
But I didn't understand. What about your blackouts? The hallucinations?
Oh, having them all the time, thanks. In fact, this morning I received an obscene phone call from Barbara Bush. She's good.
And didn't you find that odd?
Well, of course, but you can't let a little delusion spoil your day. Now, my Uncle Bertie had a recurring vision of sheep swilling brandy in the lounge of his London club.
And he was able to function in society?
Well, he served 40 years in the House of Lords. Some say he saved the empire with his rousing Nation of Sheep speech.
Oh, Ronald, you can't live your life this way. I think you should go away somewhere. Somewhere nice. Somewhere quiet. Somewhere padded.
No. The trick in handling hallucinations is not to fight them, but to treat them as delightful diversions. Aha, here's one now.
I've prepared these for your signature. Hello, Ronald.
Hello, Roger. By the way, very smart outfit you're wearing.
What? What about his outfit?
No, nothing. Just go on about your business.
Well, if you see something unusual, I wish you would share it with us.
Well, if you must know, I see Roger in a nun's habit. Well, of course he isn't. I mean, he's no more a nun than I am. I'm sorry you're missing this one, love. Oh, this is a good one.
Roger, get out.
Well, I thought...
Out!
I'll have to visit more often. I have my best hallucinations while I'm with you.
Denise Sandler, you're under arrest for the murder of Harlan Shell.
Well, this even beats the nun.
Charlotte sure is lucky to have her family so close during her time of need.
I think there's one family member she wishes wasn't so close.
Sonny, don't forget he's there for a good reason, to keep David out of trouble.
Well, if you ask me, this closeness is going to cause trouble. You see that lip lock Sonny and Denise put on each other?
It's a good thing her husband didn't.
Ronald? He probably would have thought it was just another hallucination.
Well, this detective is no hallucination. Do you really think Denise is evil enough to have murdered Harlan?
I don't know. Too bad we'll have to wait till next week to find out.